Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the next session. In the last class yesterday, what we have learned, we have done with the arrays, right? And I just told many things about array just thoroughly, right, in the this PDF from. So today I'm gonna give you some examples, and we will do some live example using arrays. Apart from that, we will learn that how can we use loop in arrays, how can we update array, how can we push another element into array, and how can we remove an element from the array, right? So I hope that whatever we have learned in the yesterday's session, you guys have practiced it, and you guys are ready to learn more new things about it, right? So, yeah. So, okay, let's start. Okay. So, okay, let's do all the things on Rapid or open board. Okay. So, what I have told you guys that we will learn that how can we run a loop on array, right? So, okay, let's take another problem here. Let's create a new problem. This problem problem 6.js. Okay, so I'm declaring an array with the name as numbers. Okay, numbers is equals to, and I'm putting some data like 11, 25, 56, or 45, 78, 98. 54. Okay, so this is basically our array which I have initialized here. Now, okay, before going ahead, before going to the using loop in array, we have done in the yesterday session. I told you some, yeah, these how to add elements in array. I just tell you these things thoroughly, and I'm hoping that you guys have done this. But today I'm gonna tell you these things in a brief, right? Okay, just give me a minute, guys. Just give me a minute. I'll be back. Okay. Yep. Now let's start. So what I have told you that I will use push. That this is a basically a function. Push is a function which is already inbuilt function, by the way, for in JavaScript. Okay, so we will use this function to add another element into the array. Okay, so this is basically our array. So first tell me what is the first let's see what is the like what is the first index of this array. So this is like 11. This is our index 0. This is our first index, right? And what is the last index of the array is? I've told you the total number of elements, the length of the array minus 1. You can do it by like, oh, sorry. You can do it by command as well. How? There's a method, there's a function to know the length of the array. Instead of counting, you can use the function. That what is the function is length. So basically, first you have to do like, okay, let's directly console.log numbers dot length. So it will give you the length of the array. Okay. So node problem 6.js. So it is telling us 7, right? Now we want to know what is the last index of the array. How do we know that? I have already told you, just do numbers dot length. Like the length minus 1 will give you the last index of the array. which is 6. So basically the first index is 0 and the last index of this array is 6. And the total number of elements are 7 in this array. Now what we need to do is we want to push a number into this array. How we'll do it? That numbers dot push, basically the array name and the function push. What element do we want to push? We want to put 65. The element which we were gonna push, okay, 65 already is there. Let's take 5, 6, 5. Okay, the element which we push into the array, it will always come in the last of the array. Okay, and then we will console.log array. So here the array name is numbers. Now let's see the output. So we are getting 655 in the last of the array, right? Suppose I want to push 5 numbers. I want to push like numbers dot push 78, numbers dot push 99, numbers dot push 42, numbers dot push 12. You can say I just made some mistake, right? And what is okay. Okay, now let's console.log. See, we are getting each and every element, but you can you see this thing that we are getting? We have to type this numbers dot push again and again, like 5 times. I have to write, right? Suppose there are 5 students in a class, and the teacher wants to add them into the registers. Okay, like she wants to add their data into the register or in a computer or somewhere else. So like she has to write these 5 commands many times. Suppose she has to put 50 students data at a time. So how much time it will take for her, right? Or him, right? And so for that we will use loop. What we will use? We will use loop for that, because we can loop makes our work very easy, right? We already have seen that. So we want to add let, okay, sorry, we will use for loop for let I is equals to, from where we want to start. We want to start from, suppose we want to start from 45. Okay, we want to start from 1 till I is less than equals to till 10 students. Okay, then I plus plus. We are incrementing them. And then numbers dot push I, the value of I, and then you can see. Now you will see the output. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you must have this question or must have this doubt in your mind that we are just using 1 to 10, right? No, there is like, you can have like numbers in, you get the data from the input as well. Like, see, here what we are doing, right? We are using an online platform where we have to put input by ourselves. These I have to declare the whole array by my own. But in the real life or in the real life softwares, the user have to put the put the input, right? Suppose like when you fill your form like online, when you fill any Google form or any competitive exam form or any kind of form, is it for booking for a train, booking for flight, or booking for a bus, or you want to book a restaurant for like dinner and all these things, you get a particular form. In fact, when you do a payment as well, if you use Paytm or Phone Pay or Google Pay somewhere, you got a kind of form, like you got a software that where you have to click there, click, like there are lots of boxes there, you have to put data, then some happens in backend, then you get some output, right? Same things happening in here. Here I am giving the input and I am getting the output, but it never happen in real life. The user have to put inputs, and we are the software engineers who in backend we execute that data. We just put some like coding in that software so that it can work in any input. Got it? So here it is just for example. So don't think that it will only take 1 to 10. We can give any things to from the input. Okay, now let's try with this. Suppose I'm initializing a variable, the name as okay, 2. Oh, sorry. Let start is equals to 2. Okay. Now let end is equals to 10. So this data comes from where? From the user. So here what I am doing, I am giving it as start and I is less than is equals to till end. Now you can see the output. See, it is coming from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. So here my work is getting easy. I don't have to write 5 commands or 50 commands at a time. If there is if a teacher or anyone wants to add 50 students, either 100 students, either 2 lakh students, we have to use only these 3 lines. Only these 3 line of code or 2 line of code, right? We don't need to put 2 lakhs line for a code. We don't need to put thousands or billions of the lines of the code. No, we just need to put these 2 lines of code for billion or trillion data we want to push in our array. Got it? Now, also we have in the last class I also told you. So yeah, in this question you get to know that how we will use loop in the array, right? Okay, let's move forward. So okay, let's do create an array, push 3 superheroes in the array and print the array. Okay, now let's do this problem statement. I think you guys have done this, but I'm doing this for my end. You have to initialize an empty array. So let's take let ARR, which is array. Okay, now you have to push 5 items. So we will gonna use loop for let I is equals to 0, as I have told you loop. So I plus plus. Now what you need to do is you have to put 10 elements into the array. You just array dot push I. If you don't know loop, how will you do it? If you don't know loop, that how will you do it? You have to do like this. Array dot push 2. Array dot push 5. This is how you have to put, right? But now we don't know loops, so we will do like this. Cool. So this is problem node problem 7.js. Okay, see, I am not printing this array. So console.log ARR. Cool. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically, I want to start it from 1 and let it make it 10. Now, cool. So what is the zero index of the array? Is 1. And what is the last index of the array? Just do total number of elements minus 1, which is 9. So the last index of the array is 9. Okay, always keep it in your mind. Now let's move forward. We have done this. Now, if you want to update, okay, this is a thing. Suppose if you want to update, or we can do one thing. Before going for update, let's do one more thing which we gonna learn, which you should know. The like we have push, which is for adding elements into the array. Now we have one more what we can say, one more function, which is pop, which is pop. Pop is just opposite of push. Okay, so this is basically I initialize one array. So as I have told you that pop is opposite of push function. What is functions? You will learn it in upcoming sessions. You're gonna learn it. Don't take tension about it. You will learn. Okay. So now, so what is the work of push? It is adding for the adding elements into the array. So pop is removing elements from the array. Okay, so how? So and remove, as in push, what we have, like it add elements in the last of the element, right? Likewise, pop remove elements from the last index. Okay, now let's see how can we do that. Like numbers, sorry, numbers dot pop. That's it. And the console dot log numbers. Okay, this is basically problem 8. You can see 54 has removed, right? Suppose you want to remove last 3 elements. How will you do that? You have to type 3 times. Number, okay, sorry, my bad. Numbers dot pop, numbers dot pop. You want to remove 3 elements from the array, so you will do like this. See, suppose you want to remove, there is an array which have 100 elements, and you want to remove 5 elements from that array, or you want to remove 90 elements from the array. Sorry for that. Sorry guys, just give me a minute. Okay. Okay. So suppose there is a class. Okay. Both commonly attack antisocial elements and are sarcastic, but the difference between the two is so much clear that suppose there is a classroom. This is our classroom. Okay. There are 100 students in a class. Suppose there is a 100 is like there are 50 students in a class. There are lots of students. Now the principal told to the teacher that you have to divide these students half and half. There are, suppose there is one section only, that A section. Now the school has making 2 more sections, which is section B, and 1 more section they have, section C. And the principal told to the teachers, please divide your students, like divide your 50 students in, send some students here in this class as well, in section, and send some student into the C section. Okay, so basically 50 divided by 3, if you do like this, 50 divided by 3. So what will the output like? So 3 ones are 3, and you get 2 here, right? And 20 will not count, so 3 5 3 6 are 18. Okay, 16.5 something gonna answer. But so okay, so 16 students out of 50. So 50 minus 16, you have to remove how many students in the class? So 50 minus 60. So how many students? It's 44, right? But oh, sorry, my bad. It's 34, not 44. Sorry. It's 34 students in the class. Now, teacher wants to remove. There is an array of 50 elements, and teacher wants to remove last 34 students from the class. So she has to type 34 times this command, that students.pop, students.pop, students.pop. She has to write how many times? 34 times. Right. So now how can we solve this issue, as we have already like done in the push question. So we can do like this: for let I is equals to 0, I is less than, how many students we want to remove? Suppose 5 we want to remove. I plus plus. So we will start from 1 till 5. So array dot pop. It will remove by its own. Sorry, it's not array. Here we have numbers, not array. Numbers dot pop. Now you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So output should be 11 and 25. Now let's see what we can output. This is basically problem 8.6. See. Cool. I hope this much is clear to you guys. It always remove elements from the last. It will never like start from the like it will not have gonna remove elements from the starting point. It will always remove elements from the last. Okay, now we have another thing, which is update the value. How we will do that update things? So if you want to change this value, now let's remove this. If you want to change 25 to 35, suppose there is a student who has changed his address or mobile number from. So how will you do that? So now for updation, how I will do it? So we can just go like this, like numbers, the basically array name, the index. Suppose you want to change the index 2, and the value we want to change 25 to 98. Okay, 98 we already have. We can use 2-digit same, but we are using 989. Now you can see. Right? 11, 25, 9, 10, 45, 70. Now let's suppose you want to, sorry. Suppose you want to do updation. You have to print last 3-digit number. Just last 3 digits. Suppose this is an array numbers. You want to print last 3 digits, like 78, 98, 54. You want to update these only. You want to print only these last 3 numbers. How will you gonna do that? How will you gonna do this? So how I told you that how will you get that the last element of the array? You have to start from the last, right? Suppose okay. Okay. Last print last 3-digit numbers from the array. This is basically the next question. Okay. Now, if okay, let's do one thing. If I do like this, 1, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, I should start from 4 until 5, 6, 7. Suppose if I do like this. For let I starts from where I want to start? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to start from 4. till is equals to 6I plus plus. Then console dot log numbers of I. Numbers is basically the array name and I is the number of element, the position of the element which you want to print. Okay. This is basically sorry, not position, index, the index value. So here we are giving index value that it is starting from 4. So it will not print index, the value which we have in that particular index, it will print that. Okay, so numbers of I. So let's see. Okay, console.log and let me get remove. Now let's do this. Okay, I'm so sorry for my bad. I'm printing my this clear. Okay, now 78, 98, 54. 78, 98, 54. Suppose I am at, there are some numbers as well. Some more numbers. Now is, if the user has, like suppose there, okay, let me make you one again. Suppose this is for a user 1. Now there is another user come, like suppose this class teacher has changed from the class 10. Now she has added some 5 students, right? She added 5 students in the class like this. No, earlier this program has used by the class 9th, and now there is a teacher who wants to use this same program for her class, and she don't have 10 students, she has 15 students in the class. So the array length now is getting lengthy, right? So let's see, is this code, is this program work on the another session also? She also wants to print last three students data from the class, from the array. Okay, so she also wants to print last 3 digit numbers. So is this code is right for that? See, code only gets right when it can work in any kind of, like, for the purpose which we are making for that particular code, it should work for that purpose. It doesn't matter that how many how many users are using that particular software, or it also not like if I am using this software, so it is working fine. For the 5 students, it is working fine. If we are using 10 students, so it should also work fine. It should also work, give the good output or give the same output for that that another user. Okay. So now I just make like I just add some more elements into that array. Now let's see, is it giving the right output? So the output should be 95, 98 or 985, right? Now let's see. No, it is giving 78, 98, 54 only. This only. Why? Because we are starting in, we have hard coded our code. We have the starting index of the array of the code is 4, and we are ending with 6. So what we are doing here, we are hard coding our code, right? So this is not a right code. So how can we do this? We want to print last 3 elements. So for last element, how can we get our last element? We will initialize one more We should start. We should start from. Sorry, guys. Give me a minute. Okay. So we want to print from the last three elements, right? So we will start from the last element. How we will get last element? L- numbers dot length minus 1. We can do like this as well, or we can initialize one more variable which is called length, and we can give this numbers dot length minus 1. It will give me our same output. So we'll do like this. We will initialize another variable length. So if we are starting from the length, we want to go till how many elements we want? We want three elements only. And if we are going like from decreasing order, what we need to do is we need to decrementing. Right? Now let's see. Are we getting the right output or not? Okay, we are not getting any output. Why so? Number length is not. Okay. See what I'm doing. I'm using I is less than or equals to. It should be greater than, right? So the condition is getting wrong. So that's why it is not coming. Like it is initializing the length. Then what is the length of the array? Okay, let's first console the length. I'll just show you what was the array. What is the length? 10. Earlier, what I was doing, I was using this. I should be less than or equals to 3. Is 10 is less than 3? No. Right? We should use, we want to decrement. So what do we need to use? We need to use greater than, right? So is 10 is greater than or equals to 3? Yes, it is. So 10, 9, 8. Okay, now we will get an or we will get a wrong output. Let's see. I know the mistake which I have done. See, we are getting lots of like we just want three digit numbers. We want three last three digits, but we are getting by because we are running till three. We didn't say that we want only three numbers, right? How we will do this? How will solve this problem? Just tell me. Just think by your own. Just think how we gonna print last three digit numbers. Take. I'm giving you 1 minute, 2 minute break. Think about it. I give you much time to think about it. Now I'll let you know how we can solve this question. Okay, let me take a snip of it. Okay, wait. Let's take another. Okay, I'll make you understand. So this is basically the code which we have done, which is a basically wrong code. What we are doing, look. Okay, it's a big one. Let's take this one. you get some. Let's take, let me create the array for you. So this is basically, I have created one array. Okay, so this is, suppose there is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and what are the indexes? 0, 1, 2, 3. So what is the length of the array? What is length? What is length here? Tell me what. Okay, sir. 4, right? What and if what is, how can, like, what is the last element? So length minus last index is, how will get is length minus 1. We want to go till third, like these, like from till here, from we have to start from we want last 3, so 1, 2, 3, we want these. So what, for the last index we want the last length 1 minus length minus 1, right? Array dot length minus 1. So this is for length minus 2, this is last, this is second last, this is third last. So length minus 1, this is basically what? Okay, let me change the color. This is basically what? Length minus 2. So we will got second last index. This is basically 3. So length minus 3. So we will got 3. So we have to start from here, which is length minus 3 till length minus 1, the last index of the element. So we will get the good output. We can start like if we are using reverse loop, so we can use reverse loop as well. But what was the like wrong thing in reverse loop? It will print from here, then it will go there, then go there. We can do like this as well, but if you want to print from here till here, so we have to start from length minus 3 till length minus 1. Now let's do. So let's remove this. So we should start numbers dot length, sorry, numbers dot length minus 3 till I is less than equals to numbers dot length minus 1. And this is basically I plus plus. Now let's see the code. Now let's see the output. 95, 98, 98. Now, if I am removing these 5 elements, now let's see. 98, 54, 65. So now it is a generic code. So we can put any what we can say, we can put any variable or any array, it will give a generic value. Suppose I am taking these array from here, okay, and I am using this array here. Now what would the last 3 digits? Rahul, Preeti, Raj. So now let's see, will it give the output or not? Rahul, Preeti and Raj. See, get it? So now this is basically the generic, we can say generic code for the any user or any input. So we have done with the update, we have done with the loops. So I hope this much is clear to you guys. Please try this code for even or odd array. Print the first half of the array. How can you do that? You have to do it by your own. See, I just give you idea. The half of the array means you have to do the names dot length. Suppose the array name is names dot length and half. Make it half till end. Okay, you have to start from 0 and you have to end with length of the array. Okay, do it by your own. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how can I do it. You have to for even or odd array. I am attaching this PDF. Please try to add these many problems and please solve all these questions by your own. Look, guys, if you won't practice, you will not get anything. How many times I said this thing that please do practice. If you won't practice, you will not learn anything. You will not become a good web developer. Okay, so this is, I know we are not using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or we are not doing any front end thing, but this is the basic thing. This is a base for the full stack web developer. You have to know the DSA. You should have this knowledge for, like, see, when we make softwares, like, so we are getting some problems, like some realistic problems, and for that, for solving that, our DSA should be strong. We should know, like, we have the, like, clue, like that. Okay, yeah, this is the, there should be a problem there. How, this is the way we can solve this method. We can do like this. We can, because while making websites and softwares, you gonna use these things, not like really like this, but they will come in another way. In a back end, you will gonna do these kind of things. In a front end as well, you're gonna use these array, push, pop methods and all those things. There are a lot many things, but for a basic DSA, I am telling some basic concepts to you. There are many more things like recursion, functions, and etc. etc. Function we will gonna learn in next 2-3 classes, or maybe next 2-3 weeks we're gonna learn functions. But for that, it is a big topic, function, and a bit complicated as well. Not well. Yep, sorry for that. So in upcoming session you're gonna learn functions, strings, and many more things. So please do practice, guys. Okay, so that's it for today's session. Thank you so much and take care, guys. Do practice. Bye bye.